What's up, you guys? Long time no see. Welcome to episode 92 of the First and 10 NFL New York Jets podcast. How you doing, brother? Welcome to the new league year.
I am good. Episode 92. We're back. I don't know if it's better than ever, but we are back.
Back and better than ever.
Yeah, it's been 5 weeks, I think, since we last spoke, and we had Coach Westhoff on, and a lot has happened in the Jet world.
I'm bringing this into the equation.
Nice.
It's like deja vu, right?
Yeah. And in saying that, I think today, Kev, this is going to be one of those shows where you might want to put your hands through the computer and choke me, because I'm going to have different takes from you and from every Jet fan I keep hearing about. But let's get into it. Where do you want to begin? Think about it. We had Jet signings, Jet re-signings, a trade, restructures, guys out the door. We had so much going on. I don't even know where to begin, but I guess we begin with Aaron Rodgers.
12.
Okay.
Let's start with 12.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was sitting here and I remembered, I don't know when it was last year, what game it was, how one of our quarterbacks stunk it up. I can't remember. And I said to you as a joke, I said, why don't they call up their buddy LaFleur?
Yeah.
I said, for the Packers and trade for Rodgers. I was just kidding.
You know, Kev, I'm one of those Jet fans that I don't even know if you could be one of these Jet fans. As much as I love the move, I'm worried about the move. I hate the move. I don't know what my feelings are. I really don't. I'm sorry, I really don't. And I know people are going to say, oh, you're crazy, you're an idiot. We got the best of the best. But as a Jet fan, are we going to be the third team to catch lightning in a bottle? All of the Bucks and all of the Rams?
I mean, I look back. I mean, the only things I can compare it to is I don't look at the Favre thing. You can even look at the Favre thing. Okay, we were 8-3, headed for the playoffs. The guy tears his shoulder, blows it out, whatever he did.
And Kevin, the one thing I would say, I heard a lot of people this week saying, "Oh, the Favre thing didn't work." The Favre thing did work.
Yes,
we
it
were
did.
8-3 and the best team in football until he got injured.
That's
so people have to get off that notion that it didn't work.
Let's look at Testaverde.
Yeah. That's one. The Favre thing did work. We were 8-3. Now, it just sucks that after he got injured a year later, he leaves us, goes to Minnesota, and throws over 30 touchdowns and 7 interceptions and takes that team to an NFC championship. But hey, the Favre thing was working. So the fan base who doesn't think the Favre thing works has to get off on that.
And I've seen that everywhere. Guys saying that everywhere. It's like, come on, man. Yeah. Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
You know what I don't get, Kevin? And you're going to probably say, well, why don't you get it? You've been a fan for 47 years. The media scrutiny that this organization gets
is insane.
This is the organization, that the epitome of the motto, damned if you do, damned if you don't. Because we've heard the Jets need a quarterback, get in on Rodgers. They'd be foolish not to. And then they get Rodgers, and then it's, oh, this is going to ruin the franchise. He's going to ruin that young talent.
Locker room cancer, this and that. Well, I don't know. I was listening to Lazard yesterday. It didn't sound like that to me.
Yeah. And
that's not his opinion.
And let me tell you something, Kev. Maybe because it's our team and Rodgers was the main, the brass ring we were going for. And I was guilty a number of times of calling the man a diva, calling the man flaky, calling the man whatever. He kind of opened my eyes to how bad the media is, how they look for fish and tell lies or tell what they want to tell with no truth behind it. Maybe this man is not the diva I thought he was.
We shall see.
You know?
We
We
shall
all,
see.
we all thought, we all heard, oh, Rodgers is holding it up. Rodgers is doing that. It sounds like the Packers are
The
holding
Packers.
everything up at this moment.
Yeah, it's the Packers.
You
Absolutely.
know.
And
Now,
and and I mean, you got to. Some of it's on Joe D too, but that's okay because he's standing his ground.
yeah, no, I get it. I get it. I just don't know if Joe D could hold out for the Tannenbaum deal. Like everyone keeps going back. Well, when Tannenbaum traded for Favre, we gave, I think it was a conditional third
It's
with
going to be more than that.
yeah, you know, and the thing is, did you hear? Are we guaranteed? Is Rodgers going to play more than a year? I keep hearing whispers. He's rejuvenated. He's pumped. He might play 4 more years.
Well, yeah, I hear he's pissed.
You know?
That's the consensus that he's going to have a chip on his
Oh
shoulder,
yeah.
and that's good. That's what I
Oh yeah,
want.
that's what I want too. That's what I want too. But I already know your answer in the grand scheme of things. I know you wanted Rodgers here from the beginning. Let's just play devil's advocate. If we got Carr, paid him, we didn't have to give up any assets, would you have been happy?
Better than what we got, right?
You know what, Kevin? I'm sorry. Sam Darnold would have been better than what we got. Zach Wilson is when Zach Wilson is the worst quarterback right now in my mind in Jet history, and Sam Darnold is just bad. You got to blame someone for the Zach Wilson thing. But let's get off of that. Zach, forget him.
His idol's coming now. He's going to get to sit behind him for 2 years.
Yeah, at least 2 years, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Yeah, and hopefully he learns. Hopefully he learns, and he is the right guy. I don't think he is.
I don't think
you
so
never
either.
liked him. At least I mean, I liked him a smidge. You never liked him, but yeah, I mean,
right off the bat, the guy's too small.
Yeah,
he's too small.
Yeah,
it's like a little kid running around out there.
Yep.
Compared to everybody else,
Yeah. But let's forget it. Let's make predictions. I heard this week from Trey Wingo that Rodgers is going to be coming to New York, New Jersey this week, so he's going to be in town.
So it's going to be close. Maybe he's coming here to sign.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you read the Trey Wingo thing, because he seems to be the Aaron Rodgers source to go.
And he's the only one that's been right so far.
Yeah, and he said, don't be surprised if this deal gets done sooner than later. Let me see if I can pull it up.
Yeah, he said something about it's like 99% done.
Yeah,
or something like that. So I mean, what's the 1%?
Well, nothing's ever 100%. So 99% is the way of saying it's like here. Like here, he says on Thursday, Wingo last Thursday that just passed. Wingo provided another update. He is going to New York. Is he not? The saga of Aaron Rodgers shows secondhand within by a tweet from the wait up. I'm sorry, I'm reading this one. Let me find the information and get it back to you. You could just he seems to know Aaron Rodgers better than anyone, and he's locked in that camp, and someone in the Jet camp who's giving him this information.
Yep.
But let me see if I could find this real quick.
When he came out and said it was a done deal, that he wanted to go here and everything, everybody says, no, there's no done deal yet. He hasn't said anything. Well, somehow he knew, right?
Yeah, he reported it. ESPN didn't knock him personally, but kept saying nothing done. The NFL Network, nothing done. All the big networks didn't want to be scooped by Trey Wingo, but Trey Wingo says.
And it comes out that Rodgers had said the previous Friday to everybody, to all of them, that he was coming.
Yeah. So I guess they asked Trey Wingo, asked him about the compensation. He said it would be surprised if it's one or more than a one. They asked him how long might it take, and he said it's going to be faster than you think. So maybe that's why he's coming to New York this week. Maybe something is going down, but we'll see.
Something's imminent. Let's see.
Yeah, but when it comes to Rodgers, now you have to look for Trey Wingo. I don't know when he became an insider, but he seems to have his index finger on what Rodgers and that camp is doing, and someone in the Jet organization. So we'll see if we get some news in the next coming days.
And I think once this becomes official, you're going to see maybe more free agency activity. So,
Well,
I mean, I know we've been like the Schweitzer guy, Schweitzer and Lazard,
yeah.
you know,
Well, we signed Morstead, the punter. I'm going
Morstead, the punter. Yeah.
from, and they're putting Braden Mann out there. They're already fielding calls. They're already taking calls. So
Well,
the brand,
honestly, he stinks.
yeah, he had a bad year. I was a fan of Mann. I liked him.
Well, yeah, but I mean, come
You
on,
know,
you're shanking in crucial situations.
yeah,
That's
yeah. No, I know, but
money time.
the,
It's like Barrios. It's like Barrios dropping the touchdown in Minnesota.
yeah.
You know,
The thing is, Kevin, I hate to say this, but as Jet fans, you expect it. Every time I see a shank punt, I think of
right?
Akio, that punter we had who was
Well, yeah,
terrible.
we used to call him Shanky R.
Yeah. Like every time the flowers seem to be coming up, rising, the wall, we're doing this, we're looking great. Something knocks our asses down. And
Well, yeah, I was driving. Well, I was driving somewhere yesterday, and I heard a caller on the radio, Jet fan, saying, everybody's all pumped up. He said, I'm always sitting here as a Jet fan waiting for that other shoe to drop,
yeah,
waiting for the rug to get pulled
yeah,
out from under me. He
yes.
said,
And you know what, Kevin? That's
just when
us.
I get all excited and all pumped up, he said, I'm waiting for the rug to get pulled out.
And I understand that the younger Jet fan gets mad at us older Jet fans for that, and us older Jet fans, we get pissed at the younger Jet fans. I love the fact that Rodgers is here. I'm not gonna lie. Was he my first choice out of out of Carr and Lamar and Rodgers? No, he wasn't. I love the fact that he's here, but I'm still gonna.
Hey man, if he's here and he's all in with the weapons you got on this offense and the way the defense plays, come on, man.
So Kev, you sound like if we don't make the Super Bowl, it was a losing year. Is that how you're viewing this upcoming season?
No. My goal is number one, win the division.
Okay.
That's the first thing you got to do.
It definitely beat the Patriots because I'm tired of losing to that team. That team sucked this year, and we lost to them twice.
They're gonna suck even more this year. Watch.
They just signed Gazeki from the Dolphins. They just signed a tight end.
All right. And we're about to sign Rodgers. So.
No, I know. I'm just saying. Taking conversation, yeah.
And what do you think about OBJ? Is he coming here or what? I heard we have like this heavy interest.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. But I don't think we could sign OJ for his asking price.
No, he's going to have to take like a discount to come chase the ring here with Rodgers.
Discount double check he's going to have to take.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Listen, we've bitched, Kevin, as Jet fans. We didn't have weapons. We didn't. If the man wants to play and we can afford him and the sides see eye to eye and the money is right, bring the man in.
And keep your freaking head on straight.
Yeah, bring the man in. As long as he doesn't become a disruption to the locker room.
That's what I'm saying.
Because he has been on other teams and he comes in here knowing that Gary Wilson is our main guy and he's willing to play second fiddler. He's going to play Robin to Gary Wilson's Batman. I'm okay with bringing OBJ in. I'm actually and you want to know something? I know the sky's the limit to Wilson, but I'm actually looking forward to if he survives and makes this team. Rodgers working with Mims, who's your prototypical wide receiver at 6'4", 6'5", whatever Mims is. How great is that going to be?
Well, everybody's saying, too, that Elijah's going to explode with him.
I hear that. I also hear that Elijah might be the chess piece that goes in the trade.
Yes.
There was this proposed trade that someone put out there yesterday, the Jets and Cleveland. But the Tides aren't talking. No one's, putting down names. It was just a speculation piece. Somebody's just throwing it out there. when people say, "Oh, I have a trade for you. What about this?" That's all it was. There was no smoke and
Mhm.
lightning with that trade. It was just some, reporter just throwing it out there for shits and giggles, and that's what that was. But yeah, I keep hearing more might be one. I keep hearing Mims' name might be one of the names in players moving over, but we'll see. We'll
Hey,
see.
and let's and you got to get a center.
Yeah.
You got to go find a center somewhere.
Well, I agree, and hopefully in the draft, who knows? I haven't even given it time to look over the draft players yet. But this Wes Schweitzer that they signed, he's
Yeah,
versatile. I believe he plays all three positions.
yeah,
Uh,
coming over from Washington. Yep,
yeah, they signed Tristan Cologne. He's a
yep,
guard.
yep.
So I'm just mad that we lost Nate Herbig. I'm sorry. I would have
I,
rather
I,
Nate,
absolutely,
but
absolutely. I was going to start bringing up the guys we lost. Shepard
you know.
on the defensive line, Rankins.
The Rankins one, I'm going to be honest, Kev. I've always had the Rankins one hurts me. The Shepard one, I don't care about. That
Hmm.
doesn't bother me. I know he's a
Hey,
depth piece, and we needed it, and you know,
James Robinson on the Patriots.
yeah. Well, you knew that wasn't going to work.
Yeah,
That was,
yeah. I mean,
what?
her big to the Steelers.
Yeah,
I
that's the
mean,
only one that bothers me because we
yes,
need O line. We need O
absolutely.
line.
And Mike Effin White,
And
Mike Effin
Braxton,
White.
yeah, and Braxton Berrios to the Dolphins.
Yes, yep,
Yeah,
yep, yep.
yeah.
Somebody else to the Dolphins too. Feeney.
Yeah, Feeney signed with the Dolphins. Okay, well, are you worried about losing Feeney? I'm not even. I'll be honest with you, Kevin. All year I said I'm not even worried about using Berrios.
No, no. We have. I mean, you just replaced them with Lazard. So,
Yeah, and Jeff Smith signed with the Giants, so that's gone.
do we need a kick returner? Absolutely.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
real one. I mean, I know kickoffs, most of them going to the end zone, but wouldn't it be nice to return a punt for a touchdown once?
You know what? That's Bam Knight's job to lose now, in my opinion.
Hmm. I got
That's
to agree
Zonovan's
with you.
job.
Yeah.
Put Zonovan back there, see what we get. See what we
Yep.
get.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, we re-signed Quincy Williams. Now we got to get the brother signed.
Mm-hmm.
We re-signed Solomon Thomas, and we signed Greg DeLeg. Now,
Yep.
now,
Yes, we
now our
did.
kicking team looks good. Greg
Yep.
DeLeg and Thomas Morstead, which they never should have left him out of the building when we got him last year. Was it last year? Yeah, 2 years, whatever it was. But
Yep.
he's back, and let's go. And listen, once the Rodgers deal gets done, Kev, because there's already a lot of whispers and it's been very quiet about this one guy. And I don't know if these reports are accurate, but Thielen already said he wants to play for New York. He told his agent, when Rodgers signs, get me there.
Yes.
I understand
Yes.
he's on the other side of 30, but I will take the man's talents for 1 year if the price is right.
And Cobb. That's all I hear is Cobb, Cobb,
Yeah.
Cobb, Cobb.
I know. I get it. Rodgers, like when Brady went to Tampa Bay,
and Mercedes Lewis too.
Yeah, I heard all that. I get all that. You want Rodgers to have his men to lay out the information, the news, tell the guys how it's done, show them all. But the Lewis and the Cobb thing, maybe it's just me. I know I just said we can't have enough weapons. But I don't know if those are the weapons I want. Other Jet fans might want it, and that's fine. But I would take OBJ and Thielen over the Mercedes Lewis and Cobb. But I know
I don't get. I know Cobb is his buddy, but
Yeah.
I don't get the Lewis thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Conklin and Uzama.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but I think they want to do everything to make Rodgers feel like this is your team. You're comfortable. Tell us what you need. I'm sure when they spoke to him, they said to him, and that's another thing. Everyone was with this list. Like, do people actually think Aaron Rodgers went in there and said, "Here's"?
Well, that's what he said. He's like, "Yeah, the meeting. I said, here, sign these people, or else I'm not coming."
Yeah, and then in the bottom you had to read. Well, he said, "No green M&Ms." in the bowl. Yeah, and listen, I had Rodgers painted in the light in the wrong light too. Listen, great quarterback. I'm not taking anything away, but that attitude. But you listen to him on McAfee, you listen to what other reporters were saying, and you kind of see where he's coming from, And
Hey, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
You always said it, Kevin, and we've always said it. These guys, credit to them, they do well, they know their job. But these Schefters and Rappaports and Daniel Jeremiah's, they know just as much as we
do. Who'd he tell to lose his number?
Schefter. Schefter, Now listen, in Schefter's defense, I get it. He was doing his job. He called together from the horse's mouth, so you can't force Schefter for that. A false Schefter for that, but I thought it was funny, Lou. And now their shirts, those two are gonna fucking wind up making a ton of money,
Absolutely.
You know that saying "lose my number" is gonna go viral.
Right.
We get to use that for everything now.
And man, I was sitting here thinking, he signs him quarterback. You've got Garrett, you've got Lazard. Maybe OBJ, Brees Hall,
Michael Carter.
You
Elijah Moore, Mims.
Maybe. Okay.
Conklin, Hosama. Yeah.
Could be a top 10 offense.
Yeah, to go along with our top 7 defense.
Yeah.
Top 5 defense.
Yes. Well, I don't know what I was looking. We're like the 5th or 6th choice now for the Super Bowl or something.
Really? Wow.
Yes.
And listen, Kevin, in all the Aaron Rodgers hoopla, no one's talking about the trade Joe Douglas got when he traded for Chuck Clark from the Ravens. Mm-hmm. That's a good move. And I think it was only for a 7th rounder. We didn't give up.
Yes, it was. It was free. Well, that's what you see everywhere on Twitter and everything. How He's gonna fleece the Packers. Look out.
Well, I like the one I saw recently, the meme of Joe Douglas and the Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yes.
And it's not a 1st-round pick you want.
Hey man, if we're sitting there this year and you got a shot at the division, and hey, you could have had a shot last year if you had any kind of quarterback play.
Agree. And Kevin, think about Garrett Wilson's numbers with 4 quarterbacks. What is his numbers going to be
you had the offensive rookie of the year with that kind, a wide receiver with that kind of quarterback play.
Now listen, even before Lazard got here, and you're just looking at what the Jets had on offense, is this the most talented team on offense Rodgers is playing with in the last 5-6 years?
Got to be close.
Right?
Got to be close, yeah. I mean, praying our future Hall of Fame running back comes back healthy.
Yeah. No, I get it. I agree.
I love that guy.
You know who I would like to see here with us from Green Bay? I think he's healthy now. I don't know if he's a free agent or would have to come by trade. I would love to see Bakhtiari on our O-line. Him, Becton, AVT.
Hey, you see Becton?
Yeah, it looks good. But see, now I could say those pictures we were seeing of him last year, I said it to you. He doesn't look like he's slimmed down.
No. Now, yes. Now, yes.
And you know what, Kevin? From someone like myself whose weights fluctuate and I've lost 25 pounds to 50 pounds, when you want to know if somebody really is losing weight, look at their face. Because the baggy clothes could hide some things. Look at the face, and you see Becton now, and he looks like a totally new human being.
Yep. Hey, man, he should be excited.
Yeah, and he's got a lot to prove because he's been hearing. He's on Twitter. He's on Instagram. He's everywhere, big ticket. He's hearing it.
You know when I knew this was really going to happen, the Rodgers thing, when Dwayne Brown resigned.
Okay.
When he said, "I'm going to go another year," then I said, I can't see with the year this guy had last year, playing through injury and everything. I can't see him doing another year unless we're getting.
Yeah, but the thing is, you might be right, but you got to take that football player mentality. And in Dwayne Brown's case, don't know if he wanted to go out like that.
Okay, yeah.
Don't know if you never see unless the injuries are so bad where it's ruining quality of life and time with your wife and time with your kids. Players don't usually go out. This is why Brady stayed so long. This is why Rodgers wants another 2-3 years at this. And I'm so glad he has that chip on the shoulder. I keep hoping the Packers say more.
Yeah. Get him more pissed off.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie to you, Kevin. I'm sorry. I gotta be an honest Jet fan. I'm worried. Like I'm already hearing Jet fan. Oh, I gotta get my Super Bowl ticket, Super Bowl ticket, Super Bowl ticket. Let's get him in here. Let's see how September rolls out before we start. Let's
right. And before we talk about that stuff, Super Bowl, let's win the division and get a home game.
Yeah.
That should be the goal this year. Win the division, get a home game, and then take it from there.
Yeah, again, I don't want to sit here and pencil in Super Bowl. The only thing I'm penciling is the Hall of Fame weekend.
Right.
That's we know is in stone with Klecko, Revis, and our Jets playing the Hall of Fame.
That's right.
That's the only thing that's in stone.
Jets Browns should be good.
And yes, having Rodgers here is great, but we still need an O-line. We still need some protection from him. And this is why it's troubling that we let Herbig out the door.
Right. Hey, as good as he is, he's not going to hit anybody if he's on his back.
No.
So.
And let me ask you a question, Kev. I'll do a little more research. This Tristan Colon is more a depth piece. This Wes Schweitzer is versatile. But were they any better? Are they going to be any better than Herbig, who already knew the system? I would rather kept Herbig, and but that's just me. And my problem is, as a Jet fan, Kevin, that's always been my problem. My loyalty to the player, and I have to stop that.
Herbig was a little bit of a road grader there. I don't know. I don't get it.
Yeah.
He was really good in the
and he's game. Young, right? He's young, right? What was he, 25, 26?
Something like that, yeah.
But it is what it is. I have to stop as a Jet fan and realize I should be more in that love with the Jets, the name, not the play. But I do. I get hooked to these players. I like them. I want to see them here. But I have to remember that.
That's why we buy the jerseys.
Yeah,
that's why,
that's not the business. I have to be more for the name on the front, which is the Jets, and not the name on the back. But I like Herbig. I'm sorry. I like Mims. I think there's a lot of potential in Mims, Hey, listen, Kevin.
I need my Breece Hall jersey.
Don't get me wrong, Kevin. Braden Mann stunk last year, and they can't get him out of this building quick enough. But I said it many times to you, and all right, I'm eating crow for it. At one point, I said to you, Braden Mann was the best pick in that early draft for Joe D.
Yeah, but too inconsistent.
No,
too many shanks.
I agree 100%.
Your Louis Aguiar comparison.
Agreed, Kevin. But my point being is that I liked him. I have his back. I want it. But I got to stop, worrying about the player and worry about the name. The Jets, that's the name I got to worry about. And he's not the punter for us. He has to go now.
I mean, hey, no matter who you are, if you don't perform, you don't perform.
No, exactly.
Next man up.
Exactly. And you know what? I think it was Damian Woody who said it the other day. I know everybody looks for the bleak splashes in free agency, the legal tampering, day 1, day 2, day 3. Now expect Joe Douglas to get rich. Now he's going to go in there, and he's going to start picking guys who want to play. Now that's out there, Rodgers is coming. There are going to be guys who might want to play for, $1.5 million, because they want that shot at the ring that Rodgers gives them.
And let me ask you a question. Do you think him coming out? I heard a lot of stuff about he came out on McAfee, took all the leverage away from the Jets. What do you think about that? Do you think that's the case or no?
Repeat that again. I'm sorry. I was reading something. I'm sorry. My bad. Repeat that again.
That he took that by Rodgers coming out on the McAfee show and saying that his intention was to play here. He took all the leverage away from Joe Dick.
I don't think so. No.
If he told both teams the Friday before what his intentions were, how does him coming out on McAfee and saying it take the leverage away? Because both teams knew already for 4 days already.
Listen, if anything, Joe D has the leverage, in my opinion, because I believe if the Packers don't make a move for Rodgers or get Rodgers by June, let me rephrase this, and I could be wrong. If Rodgers is still on the Packers by June 2nd, he's owed $30 million. They don't want that on their cap.
I wouldn't want it on mine. That's for damn sure.
You know, they don't want it on their cap. Now, I'm sure it's been all talked about. If it's true that Rodgers is coming up to the New York, New Jersey area, maybe they're going to discuss a year, 2 years, 3 years. And then Joe D could say, well, I know I'm having you for 3 years. Now I could get a little more aggressive in what I want to offer without giving away the number 1 pick. Maybe we do like Tannenbaum did. We'll give you a conditional third, and if Rodgers gets us this number, we make it a second. If Rodgers gets us this far in the season, we give you a 1. You know, that's how I think Joe D wants to play it, and I don't blame him for that.
I agree. Hey, man.
I think the Packers are at a disadvantage because of the money that's going to be owed to Rodgers.
My trouble now is I just want the damn season to start.
I hear you. And now, Kevin, I want it more than ever. And again, I know it's a Jet podcast. I want this more than ever because my Mets losing Edwin Diaz. I know this is a Jet podcast, but I have to throw it in there. Out for the season. I lose my closer. I'm worried about this Met team now, but I'll save that for another day. This is a Jet podcast. So bring in the football. Let's go.
Let's go, man.
5 preseason games this year we're going to have, right? Or 4 is the whole – we played 3 preseason games.
We get the extra one. Yes.
It's 4.
Yes.
So, yeah. And we're exactly, if my numbers are right, I think today's the 18th. We're 5 weeks away from the draft, right? 5.5 weeks away from the draft.
Getting close.
Yeah.
Hey, man, before you know it, OTAs, you know.
Yeah.
Then before you know it, it's July and you're starting training camp.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, Kevin. I'm pumped. I'm glad Rodgers is here. I'm not going to lie to you, but I'm not, as a Jet fan, Kev, like you said, that guy said the other shooter dropped. I'm not buying Super Bowl tickets. Like, I'm not, you know,
like I said,
show me the money.
Win the division.
Show me the money. Yeah. Yeah.
First one since what, 2002 or whatever?
Yeah.
Win the division.
Yeah. 53 years without a Super Bowl. Our last Super Bowl. Yeah, I'm all in on this.
Win the division. Get a home game. You know,
this team, and we keep repeating it, was 7-3. Was 7-3. 7-4.
All you needed was a quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, people say, no, but anybody would have gotten killed. The offensive line. Listen, I watched week after week open receivers with the ball sail over their head. Hit the ground in front of them.
Yeah.
Or not get seen at all.
Yeah.
I can't remember what game it was that we lost. It might have been one of the Dolphin games or something. And there you had Mims on a slant, streaking to the end zone, wide open. And Wilson runs for 7 yards outside. Looked right. I remember we talked about this. He looked right at him. streaking to the end zone, wide open, and he looked away from him and ran for 6 yards, 7 yards.
Kevin, we both said we didn't want Zach here. I started to like him a little. You never did, to your credit. I heard so many Jet fans on social media tell you why this kid is the real deal. And I still hear people say, "Oh, now under Rodgers' tutelage, he'll get it right. He'll get it right." I don't know if he'll ever get it right. I don't know if he'll ever get it right.
No,
But it's a new day. The
we'll
sun is
see. I'm
bright.
ready. I'm ready.
Green energy everywhere. I'm
Mm-hmm.
loving it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's a new dawn. It's a new day. Let's welcome it. Rodgers will be here soon.
Yep. Hopefully this week.
Yeah.
Like you said, hopefully that's why he's coming into town.
Yeah, I hear it. I got it from Trey Wingo. I heard Trey
something's
Wingo
gonna get done.
And he says something's gonna get done sooner than later. And right now he's the go-to guy. You want Rodgers information? Go to him. Right? The only guy who knows more than Trey Wingo right now about Aaron Rodgers is AJ Hawk. And AJ Hawk not spill the beans.
He's not saying nothing.
Like, he was on the McAfee show, and he's the co-host, and they were torturing him to give information. And that man's face was straight-laced to the point where I was like, he doesn't know. He doesn't know. And then he admitted that he knew. Props to AJ keeping that under his hat.
You gotta love it.
Because I would have been like that kid exploding, wanted to break the news, wanted to be the guy who... And let me ask you a question. I keep hearing, does AJ Hook really have 10 kids? Or is that just like a little joke?
I don't know.
That podcast?
I don't know.
I have to look that up, man.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Wife. God bless her. 10 kids.
10. I don't know that he's got 10. I think they're breaking his chops. Or
10, yeah, that's what I think.
An inside joke or something.
Funny, yeah. For all we know, he's got no kids, and they keep razzing him about. I have to look that up. When I get off of here, I'm gonna check that out. But
hey, man,
we're back.
We're back. Yeah. I'm ready to go. And if the news breaks this week, you're gonna hear it here.
Yeah. Well, I was just about to say, we love doing our shows, but sometimes family life happens and we have things we need to take care of. But let's keep our fingers crossed now. From this week on, we'll try to roll with one every week, leading right into the season and definitely through the season. So if you've been a lot to talk about, if you've been subscribing, keep doing it. We're back. We're sorry we've been away. We missed you guys and ladies.
Yeah.
But
we're absolutely, absolutely.
Ready to
roll. I've been itching to get back here doing this.
Cool. So. Well, here we are, episode
especially with what's coming.
Yeah. Episode 92 in the books.
Wow. 100 is around the corner.
Yeah. Yeah. We're getting there.
We'll have to have some kind of like bells and whistles or something.
Yeah. We definitely have to have some people on for the 100. We have to start.
Oh, yeah.
Out and get some of our buddies on who helped us out in the past. And
be nice to get like everybody.
Yeah. Like a Brady Bunch square thing.
Yes.
And,
Hollywood Squares.
They could tell us how for 99 episodes we've been wrong about everything.
Well, here and there.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
All right, brother. That's it for me on this end.
Yeah, hell yeah. Nice to be back.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll see you guys. Have a great weekend. Enjoy. I think the weather's getting nice. So you guys have a good one. And we'll talk to you later. And like I said, news breaks this week. You're going to hear it here.
Yep.
And until then, get up! Talk to you later.
All right.